Hey, what's up, you guys? It's just out here working on the truck. Big Red. That's Clifford right there. So what we're gonna do today is basically try and figure out what the hell is wrong with it and why it wouldn't start for me yesterday. Pretty sure it's not the battery because I replaced the battery about a year ago. If you've just made a judgment on the fly and replaced your battery before, don't do that. I'm going to show you what to do. So first things first, we're going to, don't look at my dirty ass truck. This is proof of life or unlife. We're just going to give it a try here. And yep, there we go. Just like any old battery that's dead, nothing. So it's not the battery, in my opinion, but we will find out very shortly. And over time is that you got a lot of corrosion that gets built up on the battery. There's a little bit of evidence of it right there, that blue shit right there, stuff for those of you that don't like cursing. And what that's going to do is it's going to cause a little bit of a barrier between your contact points. And so we're going to clean off all that crap, and it's pretty easy. It's better than spending $150 to $200 on a new battery, and it costs you nothing, and well, a wire brush maybe, and a little bit of time. So battery 101 kind of safety here. So as long as you're not touching both of these contact points, you're not going to get shocked or anything. It's if you bridge a contact between both of these, then you're in trouble. But it's just fine to work on one side and then the other. Disconnect one and then do the other. I always start with the positive because I like being positive. No, it's just safer that way because that's where the power is going to start and this is where it's going to end. So here we go. Can't remember what size that is. Oh, I picked right off the freaking bat. That's a 10 millimeter. So basically, we're not going to undo this completely. We're just going to loosen it. Okay, about like that. And then what you'll probably need to do is give it a little tap, tap, tap to get it free because it's been on there for a little while. And now, as you can see, it's loose. Maybe you saw it. I don't know. Trying to do this myself is kind of tricky. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. I got this thing disconnected, the positive. Yeah, you can see all that corrosion in there, and we're gonna take a little wire brush to it. I'll show you the kind that I have, and we're also gonna use a wire brush on the contact point there. Just got to take that one off, and I got my negative terminal off, or common, or whatever you want to call it. Positive's off. You see all that corrosion, a little bit of stuff on there. Doesn't look terrible. This guy looked pretty rusty. You can kind of see that there. So this is the tool that I'm going to be using. So this is a wire brush, and it's also a contact terminal wire brush. So basically you just stick that guy on the end of it and you clean it like this. You just spin this sucker and it'll get a little bit cleaner, give you a good nice contact. That's the goal anyway. Now for those contact terminal pieces, you're gonna take this top part off and you'll see it's got another wire brush in there. Yeah, this one's kind of old and haggard. You can get these from AutoZone, O'Reilly's, a lot of places that deal with automotive will have these, and they're like $5-6 probably. Not sure about with tariffs and everything. But yeah, now we're gonna clean these up. You're gonna stick it in there and just like spin it. I can't use my other hand right now, but you can see how I got the sucker in there. You just spin it around. It's gonna clean everything up on the inside. Okay, I'm cleaning these guys up. This one I want to show you. It's a little more coppery on the inside. That's copper in color, I guess. I think it's some kind of metal. But basically, it's not rust on the inside, in case you were mistaking it for that. This terminal's clean. This terminal I got that cleaned on the inside. You can kind of tell it's gonna have a better contact point. There was a lot of stuff, still is underneath there. And then I'm finishing up with this one. Like I said, you just spin this thing on here. It's not gonna, as long as you don't bridge the contacts, you're not gonna blow yourself up. So good to know, right? And then something like that. Now, what you can do after you get your terminals clean, there's a couple of different things. You can get some of these, they're felt O-rings that basically they just go right on the bottom of this, around the knob there, around the contact point. And what that's going to do is kind of keep it from building up on the surface of the battery. The other thing you can do is there's an actual spray paint. I can't remember the name of it, but it's specifically made for battery terminals to kind of keep that corrosion from building up. I don't have those because I just want my truck to start. That's something I could do later, probably won't, because I've probably had this problem maybe once in the 6 years that I've had this truck. So the last time this happened, it was actually the battery that was dead, and I know it can't be that. I hope it's not that. But anyway, okay, we're all done. We got everything back on the contact points. There's one more thing I forgot to bring up, is that there's an old-timey thing that my dad taught me about how you can clean these even further if you needed to. You can take some baking soda and water and make a paste. And that's going to, the baking soda is going to eat up that corrosion basically. And then obviously, you know, without excessively watering down the battery afterwards, you just want to like wipe it up with a towel or something. But I think this is good enough. We'll at least be able to get it started. At least we hope. All right, guys, moment of truth. Here we go. Oh, well, that sucks. What I have here is a problem with my battery. It is dead, dead, dead. I don't know if it's dead as in dead as a doornail, but the only way I'm going to be able to figure that out is if I get it over to a shop. You know, if it's not the battery, and you know, I'm pretty sure it is, based on the fact that this didn't happen to me while I was driving. If this happened to me while I was driving, I would say it's the alternator that's the problem. This battery I did get from a used battery, refurbished. It was a refurbished battery. Might have a warranty on it, probably not. And if they do, they're usually like 1 year, and it's been about a year, so they played me good. But anyway, normally, if your battery was good, this should fire up. But that is not the case here. So I will get it fixed appropriately. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you learned something. Didn't get to see it, but you know, maybe next time. Up. So these things are pretty bad. I'm gonna go ahead and do the old baking soda trick. I took them off so it's easier because these are pretty bad, and I'm gonna soak them for a little bit, and we'll see the before and after. Okay, so here's my baking soda in here. I'm gonna drop some water in there. Drop my water. Here's my beautiful dog. That'll do. Whatever yet. Alright, there. I'm gonna probably need some more because this is very liquidy. Turn this off. Okay, that's looking a lot better. Alright. Okay, here we go. Ooh, bad.